Where did it go? There it is. Okay, we can go.
Thanks.
Hey, there's the music. That means it is time for Animal Talk. Some of the best doggone pet people on the planet here to help you with your pets, whatever the problem might be. Like our animal behaviorist and dog trainer, Brian Donovan.
Who is not here.
Yeah, absolutely. Then the guy sitting across from me.
Hi, my name is Matt Fox.
And the lady down at the end.
I'm Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hi.
Always smiling. Yes.
My name's Jamie, just making sure everybody has a good time.
You do a good job of that, man.
I almost gave out the phone number.
The phone number.
We don't have a phone number.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah.
I put it in there.
Yeah, just put it in the Facebook thing.
I did.
But
yeah.
I just, all of a sudden, I just slid back into
Wait, we do have a phone number. I can
I just
say
slid
it.
back into old radio days. Well, no, it's in the chat.
Oh, it's
so if
in the
somebody
chat,
sees
so...
See?
So some people see it. But, yeah, I just sliding in the old radio days. You give us a call.
Hey.
807.
10th caller right now. You get.
So
You get.
Animal Talk here, but here we're going to help you with your pets. We're going to talk about animal stuff, animal-related issues. We're broadcasting from downtown Detroit.
Yes, we are.
In the Podcast Detroit studios. It's the Detroit Shipping Company, an amazing, fantastic place.
I feel very contained. Are you contained?
Oh, there's no containing this.
We're in a container.
Well, there you go.
That's it. So, yeah. But, yeah, so the Detroit Shipping Company and the Podcast Detroit studios, there's a whole array of shows on the Podcast Detroit network.
Yes.
And we are one of those, and we enjoy being part of the team.
Yeah, part of the family.
And I like to, I listen, I look and see, you know, there's only 100 different shows on the network, and I try to tune in and catch the other, see what our compatriots are doing. And so I was looking at the feed, and I was like, oh, hey, look, there's a new show. It's City Kitty.
City Kitty.
Another animal show on the network. Great.
Hey, we're trending.
I'm going to give this a listen.
And?
It's not an animal show.
Wait, it's not?
No.
That was the one that was on here. I had to switch the name. It said City Kitty.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
Okay, so if it's not an animal
that was the one that I had
show-
mentioned earlier that you were supposed to run, but they switched days on.
oh, they switched days on
Hi,
me.
City Kitty.
I'm sad.
So,
I was gonna do it, but,
3 female comedian lady. I don't know, 2 of them are comedians.
Okay.
And they're from the city here, and yeah, it's not
Crazy?
cats. They're talking about kitty. We're gonna leave it with that. It's a little body.
Okay, fair enough.
It gets a little body. Actually, it starts out really sweet and nice.
Yeah.
And then I think it's like about 5 minutes in, they're like, "Wait, this is a podcast. We could square, right?"
Well,
and it went from there.
all right.
The
fair
topics shifted. So
All right.
it started out very, very sweet. No, it's you know, it's like many of the shows on the network. It's just people having their voice and talking about the stuff they want to talk about.
There's a lot of passion that goes into what folks have on the network.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah,
it is.
Just, you listen to them, and when you talk to them in person, they're even that much more animated.
Yeah,
and that much more passionate. So you just hear them here. But if you ever come to a networking event, if you're interested in learning about how to do a podcast,
sure,
you know, come and meet these folks because there's a lot of passion that rolls around.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Podcast
Come and
Detroit.
meet me.
The Podcast Detroit folks. Yeah, and Sam will give you pictures of her feet.
Oh
and,
no.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
For free.
Talk about passion.
No, they gotta pay up.
There,
I need some money.
Sam needs money. All right. So, but she'll do like scratch on the microphone.
Yeah, ASMR.
So yeah. But people all throughout the network talking about their passions, things that they love, they're passionate about.
Yeah.
So congratulations to City Kitty for launching their first episode.
Yes.
And talking about their passions.
Woo.
Yep.
And they are a passionate group of ladies.
Now, Animal Talk has been around for quite some time.
It has.
And it's gone through a few changes.
Yes.
Right?
Longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, I mean, we started
think.
on radio. Yeah, I mean, we're talking
That's crazy.
94,
Wow.
93,
That was 4
94.
years before I was born.
Yeah.
That's when
Wow.
that is like shortly after I met you.
Right, yeah. I was
Back
working
And you
at...
guys are old.
They had started... Brian and 2 other gentlemen, Dr. Brad and Mark, had started the show prior to me joining, and they went from a small it was like a pay-to-play station here in Metro Detroit. And it was like a lot. It has like a lot of ethnic programming. You know, Ukrainian music hour, and you know, Polish mass, and you know all these crazy ethnic programming, and because you could just buy time on it. And so there was actually a couple of cool shows on there. There was a couple guys who would play 45s from the 1950s.
Wow, Chuck Berry and stuff
so
like
they
that,
would and they would do all the classic car shows and stuff, and all the car cruises and. But they were really passionate about it. And that was a cool little show because you don't hear those songs from the 50s much on the the radio. So it was a nice little niche to be able to hear those.
Or if you're at a wedding, that I'm DJing, you'll hear the 50s.
Yeah,
Because apparently I'm old.
I'll kick a couple of those in too. But people talking about and then they got to a commercial station, 1270 WXYT, and that's when I was running the board there, and that's when I hooked up with the guys. Nice. But talking about people talking about their passions, right? Here on podcasts, being able to use cuss words. I'll try to cut out the cuss words, but
it's a family show.
I was going to say one, but I just didn't.
Yeah,
no.
It's a family show.
And but there's a guy who you as a dog breeder, right, and actually showed dogs at Westminster. So you gotta be pretty passionate. Finally getting around to pets, right? You gotta be pretty passionate about your animals and that's like high, that's like Olympic level. Westminster, that's
like knowing your
Super Bowl
stuff.
That's Super
your
Bowl
stuff.
That's Animal World Series. That's Animal.
Honestly,
Stanley Cup.
That's the creme de la creme of animals.
Super Bowl.
Yes.
That's it.
That's the creme de la creme.
There you go. Sports ball.
Animal Puppy Bowl. Oh wait, it's already dogs. But there's this guy. He was a top breeder,
right?
And he had dogs at Westminster, and he just had his house raided.
Uh-oh.
And he had 188 sickly dogs. So he kind of spiraled down. And he became something of a hoarder, and a hoarder
a dog hoarder.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
How do you have 188 dogs in your house?
Let me tell you.
Did he own a mansion?
We're gonna find out.
I don't know. I just read the headlines, and then then we discover the rest of it together. That's really how this works.
Like the blow up sheep one.
Yeah, that's great. We knew that was coming, though. That's what the sheep said. Okay.
Oh, man.
There was a time.
Oh my gosh! I understood that. That's bad.
You've been hanging out with us way too long, Sam.
But here the story goes on to talk about this breeder with 188 dogs. There was a time when the mention of two high-end dog breeders came with a shower of praise and admiration. Yeah. The New Jersey couple at the helm of Rocky Ridge Russell's Kennel could proudly boast dozens of American Kennel Club winners and a 2009 Westminster Kennel Club Best in Breed champion. So they had a Westminster champion, Best in Breed. Wow. But neighbors near their farm in rural Stockton, New Jersey, had warned of a far less illustrious operation. And on Tuesday, authorities revealed the scope of the kennel's troubling truth. Nearly 200 unkempt dogs, some of them pregnant, many appeared visibly sick. They were removed from the home out on County Route 519. A small number of dogs were found dead, according to animal welfare officials. So there were some dead dogs there too. So just very, very poor conditions. Hunterdon County prosecutors begun an official animal cruelty investigations, and authorities said charges are pending against the homeowners. Right. It just got out of hand, said Martin Strozeski, one of the breeders who lived at the home with his companion and business partner, Marcia Noster.
What country is this?
Marcia
This
Noster.
is in
It's
Jersey. This is just where aren't you going?
Yeah,
You're going to Jersey.
Yeah.
All right,
Surprise!
so this wasn't backyard breeding, he said. So this is a guy defending himself.
Yeah.
Things just went sideways. It was about 8 a.m. on Tuesday when a coalition of animal welfare and law enforcement agencies, including prosecutor's office, state police, St. Hubert's Animal Welfare Center, and the Animal Cruelty Society from Monmouth County, they descended on the property.
It sounds like he was surprised they showed up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, things are just a little out of hand. You got dead dogs and 188 sick critters, man. What are you doing? So they reported finding at least 188 Parson Russell Terriers and Dachshunds. The rescue came after the couple previously surrendered 30 terriers to local authorities. A decade ago, Rocky Ridge was well known and a respected kennel. In 2019, a Parson Russell Terrier named Terrier bred by Miss Costner. The dog was named Kitten, would win Best in Breed at Westminster for the Kennel Dog Club show. It's the oldest, perhaps most respected breed competition. The victory made Keenan the #2 Parson Russell Terrier in the United States.
Wow.
So it was a very, very admirable position to be in. Yet, amid the victory, financial crisis of 2018 had begun to spell doom for Rocky Ridge. The economy fell out. Mr. Strzeski said we were in the process of breeding. We were putting people on wait lists, and all of a sudden the economy crashed, and people just went away and weren't buying the premium dogs.
Right.
The lack of interest in terriers created an overflow of dogs. Over a time, a couple dozen terriers grew into 50, then 100, then 150, and now here we are, over 200. We couldn't give them away, Strzeski said. It's a hobby turned bad.
Well, how hard did they
My
try to give
gosh.
them away?
Oh, I don't know.
You know?
So Strzeski said the dead dogs were in the process of being buried. Some of the rescued dogs were pregnant. Others were suffering physical wounds and conditions and parasites.
So they had pre-existing conditions.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
right.
St. Hubert's Animal Welfare Center took those dogs in. So as news of the rescue spread, many social media users reacted with anger and sadness and accused the owners of being hoarders.
Right.
Strzeski admits to being partially responsible for poor upkeep of the animals, but the media reports of the rescue have grossly exaggerated the dog's living conditions.
Right. But so he should know better.
So he said, yeah. So they were well cared for and had their primary needs, food and water. I changed their beds every day. I was spending 12 hours a day with the dogs. A lawyer, they lawyered up. A lawyer for the couple did not return calls for comment. Nora Parker works at St. Hubert's in the Welfare Society. And said the dogs were neither in optimal nor life-threatening conditions. So they weren't in great shape, but they weren't in life-threatening conditions. No dogs needed emergency care or were in dire straits. Most of them appeared to be fed well, but that's not all dogs need. They need space, socialization, human contact, and they were not getting enough of that. So when you have 200 dogs, I mean, that's just a lot to take care of. So how do you go from being, best in show, even with your 2 left feet,
right,
and then down to that?
Wow,
they should be on that show.
That's the fall
What's
from
that
grace.
Show? The show where they do
Hoarders?
It called Hoarders?
I think it's called the show about hoarding.
I was gonna say My Strange Addiction, and I'm like, wait, that's not that
My
one.
Favorite Hoarder. The Courtship of Eddie's Hoarders.
I'm gonna start a podcast called My Favorite Hoarder, and then we're just gonna talk about people who hoard
Gilligan's
different things.
hoarding pile.
Yeah.
do you need that? Do you really?
The
need
Hoarder
that?
Bunch.
Yeah, and then I had a great idea for our podcast. We should do an ASMR animal talk episode.
Oh,
We should whisper, and then we should get like brushes, like animal brushes, and we should.
And then just brush Sam all hour.
Yeah, or like brush the microphone, people like that stuff. Like
Oh wow, yeah.
that'd be
That
we
would
get
not,
lots of views.
See, that
this
would not
is
do
the
it
thing,
for me.
though. This is
This is how they think, isn't it?
Sam
This is how they think.
Samantha's probably young people.
Yes.
I'm part of the young people, but
Yes.
I'm like an old soul. I hate it when people say that, but
you
I
still
said it.
You're an old soul, but you have young thoughts.
You're a
and
young.
deeds.
You're
Yep.
a young people.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I am. I mean, I don't like all the things that young people like.
But you like Blink 182, so you're fine.
Yeah. See, nobody knows.
What's your
them.
next Blink 182 adventure, Samantha? Didn't you just start Mark Hoppus, right?
Yes, Mark Hoppus, the bass player. We're like friends now, I guess. I don't know. It's crazy, and he, I'm gonna come. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna go out to. Okay, so they're.
It's not bragging because I asked you.
I mean, it's not really bragging. I mean, we're just kind of like friends.
I'm
gonna go out to some shows, and
Okay.
I'm gonna take pictures for them. It's gonna be pretty cool. But their first show's in Columbus, Ohio, on the 27th of June. So that's in like
A week, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and I will be there for that show. Hopefully,
and then he invited you where?
Warped Tour in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Which is like it's the 25th anniversary of Warped Tour, and that's like the last. This is like the last run of shows they're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
When was the first time you went to Warped Tour?
I've only been.
How did you get to the Warped Tour the first time you went?
I've only been like twice. Well, the first.
Her mom drove her.
Yeah, the first.
No, where'd you get the tickets?
That was my second time actually.
Oh, was it the second time?
Yeah, that was my second time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I sent Samantha because I teach high school journalism.
Okay, right.
Samantha was one of my students.
Yes,
and,
I was.
Sometimes we get free tickets for things, and I had this young, gangly, crazy.
Oh.
No, that was after your first year, so that was between your first and second year.
That was my yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it
was.
Wow.
I think
First
it was
and second
after
year
my
with
first
me.
year. Yeah.
So, and I got the tickets. I'm like, hey, this happens in the summer. You want to go to
I'm
cover
like,
this for me?
yes.
She's like, heck yeah. So
Yes.
Good for you guys.
sent her
That's
the,
awesome.
did Blink play that one?
No, they used to play back in the day in the 90s when they were like first like starting out. They played at Warped Tour. That's why they're doing this like 25th anniversary thing. They got like all these big bands back to like to play this thing.
Yeah.
But you're gonna go to Jersey and
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna
see
drive
them
out
there,
there and
he
I'm gonna
invited
see
you and
them.
you're gonna be able to take pictures and
Yeah.
because you're a
Click,
budding
click,
photographer as
click,
well.
Click.
So that's we're proud of you, Sam. That's
Yeah, thanks.
That's cool.
That's crazy. It's so crazy. I just didn't ever think that something like this would ever happen because I had that guy's posters on my wall. He's still on my wall. It's so crazy.
Enjoy yourself.
And then the
Yeah.
other guy that's out of the band now.
Tom
Tom.
DeLong. Yeah.
Yeah.
He chasing aliens. Yeah.
He's got a
Chasing
show on the History Channel.
Yeah, he's got a show Unidentified, the show on the History
and he
Channel.
like chases aliens. And
He talks about
He
aliens.
spends like all his money on
Chasing aliens.
putting the show on and
That's
chasing
great.
aliens.
Yeah,
It's-
no, he's like talked to like government officials
yeah.
about
No,
it.
I mean
and,
he's like
yeah,
full tilt.
it's crazy. I haven't watched it, but
Yeah.
I know I follow him
There's a
online.
guy.
and stuff,
There's a
so.
guy that lives in Owasso area
Yeah.
out this way in Michigan,
Yeah.
and he claims to have worked at Area 51.
Oh.
I feel like aliens are
And
real.
there is a show on Amazon Prime about
the struggles.
Area 51. And this
It's
gentleman.
real. Aliens are real. I feel like they're real, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like they're not gonna hurt us. You know, how can we be the only thing here?
That's it.
Do you think God or whichever everybody believes in? Do you think we're the only living thing?
I don't know. Samantha.
Sentient, yes. Living other things, organisms, absolutely.
Okay.
Wait, really?
That's my thought.
Okay, maybe not in this solar system, but what if other solar systems? Like other
It's possible. It is
like-
very possible.
yeah, it's
but
like
we'll
so
never-
weird to think about.
We'll never see it in our lifetime, though.
Yeah.
Darn.
All right, but all right. So we were talking about that guy who's a hoarder, right? The Westminster
Yes,
champion.
Yes, please.
He's got
Segue.
like 200 dogs.
right.
I'm a cat guy.
Yes.
You have
Right.
200 cats.
I have 200 cats. You would think I have 200 cats with how much hair mine
Oh, yeah.
distributes throughout the house. This creature makes me insane. But can you imagine being a cat hoarder? So what how
Ammonia. That's all I can think of right now.
yeah. So how do you avoid getting too many cats? What are some signs that you might have too many cats?
Oh, I'm interested. Is this a top 10?
12.
Top 12. Okay, fantastic. Bring it. Bring it.
Wait,
bring it,
but
bring
what
it.
if you only have one cat? Is there and like what if you have one cat and all those boxes are checked? All those 12 boxes, does that mean one cat is
Too many?
Is too many?
It's
That means your cat has multiple
split personality
personalities.
cat. Yeah. So cats are adorable little fur balls. Who doesn't love them, right? But there comes a time when a few cats might be too many cats.
Right?
If you hear the TV, if you can't hear the TV over the meowing,
Oh,
What?
hey, wait.
you
Hold
might
on a second.
you might have a cat emergency. Yeah,
What?
do we got somebody?
Okay, yeah, no. Remember, I wasn't here when you talked to her. It was Hillary
Okay.
Chan who had Baby, the dog who
Oh.
needed the surgery.
Oh yeah.
yeah, she just said something. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. I got to take a picture with it with my phone because I can't read it and
Oh
the
good
mic.
God, Samantha.
Well,
Yes.
I can't do
No, it's
this.
okay. It's
I
okay.
can't do that.
You're good. You're good.
All right,
You're good
she
because you have to
said-
talk on the microphone and do that at the same
She
time.
said, "Hey guys, baby surgery got moved up to July
Wow.
15th.
Wow.
I don't know what was it before. I
Yeah,
wasn't
don't know, I
here.
don't know.
Probably far away. Very excited to continue her journey and get her out of her heart failure forever. Please wish me luck. Thank you guys. Oh, that's so
Luck.
sweet.
trying to look up the GoFundMe
Yeah,
and
it's
see where-
GoFundMe.com through Fix Baby's Heart.
Yeah, Fix Baby's Heart. Yeah.
Did you? Are you looking at the GoFundMe?
Yeah, she put the link.
Oh.
Yep.
Click it. See how she's doing on her
Yep, I'm going to pull it up.
on her fundraising. Yeah, because it's a procedure that they can only. Well, it's
She has
too
to go
expensive
over-
here,
Yeah, she has to
Yeah.
go overseas to do
and
it.
it's like it's cheaper to take time off, fly to England to have Japanese doctors
No way.
do the surgery on the dog.
That's crazy.
It's cheaper to do that than to have the surgery here. So yeah, it's insane.
I mean, I'd do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you're not a surgeon.
I mean, no. I mean, I would do that for my animal.
I got a Swiss Army too. It's like I don't think baby'd be happy or anybody would be happy about the results.
Yeah, no, I'm not a surgeon, but I would do that for my dog. I would
Yes.
fly.
So fixing
with
baby's
them.
heart.
Yeah.
Is that popping up or
Yeah, I'm working on it here.
did the link pop up? Oh, you got to
The internet
retype it?
here is not.
Yeah, it's
Fine.
molasses.
So far, she has...
she's doing. She
Yeah.
met her goal. That's just about halfway on her goal.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
just about there.
Well, good luck. So
Oh,
it's
awesome.
it's a GoFundMe, Fix Baby's Heart. Go check it out if you got a couple of bucks.
GoFundMe.com/Fix
cute
Baby's
little-
Heart.
Yep.
Cute little puppy, and you help them out.
Yes.
So it's a very amazing cause. So give that a shot. But we were talking about having too many damn cats.
What?
If you if you
I
can't
don't
hear the
think there's
TV
such
over the
thing.
meowing,
What?
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It might be an emergency. If your lint brush is on you 24/7, then you might have an issue.
Wait, is that number one? Because
no.
I have that with my dogs.
Yeah. If you're not sure, if you're in denial of owning too many cats, here's a couple of signs you have too many cats. You started naming them after the 7 dwarfs, and you've run out of names.
Right?
So, if you've named them after the dwarves and you've run out of names, you might have too many kitty cats.
Oh, what's next?
If you sort your clothes not from color or style, but from the least hairy to the most hairy.
Yeah.
Now that only has a little bit of hair on it, you might have too many cats in your life. That's crazy because I get dressed like early in the morning,
Right.
and it's like dark in the house as well. Spring, it's better now, but I don't lift the shades because then you just got to put them back down at the end of the day. So why,
Lift the shades.
lift the shade, lift the window shades,
Oh,
block out the.
then you have to put them.
So I'm in it because if you put it up in the morning, then you got to put it back down when you go to bed.
You could just put it back down before you leave for work.
Anyway, so or just not at all and get dressed in the dark. And then you get to work and you're like, oh my God, this has hair all over it. It's like, get the lint brush out of the desk.
You're getting a scotch tape and you're kind of pushing
Stupid.
yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You have a lint brush in your desk at school?
I'm a middle-aged old man, yeah. with a white cat. And I wear black clothes all the time.
Do you, though?
I have a
Yeah,
lip
you
brush
do.
in my car.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, another
I need that, but
another sign you might have too many cats. You're getting a hairball yourself. She's trying not to laugh. She's trying not to laugh. She laughed. Hairball in the copier, sir? It's not mine. Mine are in neat piles on the floor. All right. So here's another one. Another reason a sign you might have too many cats in your life. The room is dark in the morning when you open your eyes because there's a cat on your face.
but that could happen with one cat.
Yeah, I needed.
But you take one off. And
I
there's
took a
another in
nap
there.
after. I took a
You
nap after
take one
work.
off, it's still there.
Did you?
Yeah, before I came down here, Daddy needed a nap.
You took a nap?
I needed a nap.
Did the Percy cat
I went to bed.
wake you up?
Yep.
Oh, I went to bed at 4. Woke up at 8.
So you might have too many cats. It's a sign if people call you the crazy cat lady.
And you're a guy.
Yes. and you're a guy. Yes. So yes. So
You are a crazy cat lady.
So.
But you don't have too many. You only have one. Anyway.
All right. A sign that you might have too many cats in your life if you spend more time cleaning litter boxes than anything else.
Right.
Um,
That's what your teenagers are for.
The cat. There's a meme here of a cat looking all shocked, and it's like, the litter tray's empty again. Someone keeps stealing my poo. Oh, memes. How did we ever communicate our funny before you?
You know what memes are?
Through conversation.
Yeah.
And,
I'm just surprised you know how to
Morning
say
show,
memes and you don't call it memes. My mom calls it memes, and I
Memes?
started laughing.
Memes are so funny.
I called them memes once, and every one of my children jumped down my throat. It's memes, you moron!
That's crazy.
You might have too many cats if you're not exactly sure how many cats you have. You have so many, you've lost count. You probably have too many.
Is that the dog? Is that the dog guy?
That's
the dog hoarder.
yeah. I don't know. It's 50, 100. I don't know. What? 200? Okay, we got 200. Just got out of hand.
Wow.
So another reason,
Yes.
not reason, but sign you might have too many cats.
Yeah.
Your Facebook is filled with pictures of your cats and nothing else. Well, that's kind
Is that
of
yours?
Guilty.
yeah.
Honey pot.
100% guilty, yes.
That's
Honey
right.
pot's so
Forget
sweet.
the kids, forget the friends. It's all
I
cats.
took a picture of that cat on our new sectional couch before I took a picture of my wife on the new couch.
There you go. Did you guys just buy a new
Yeah.
couch? You were because you put up pictures of you guys shopping and
Yeah.
having wild fun.
We were
picking on
actually
the
having,
salespeople.
having way too much fun.
Yeah, you looked
Wait,
like you
you
were
guys were
laughing.
having fun?
They did, and they
Oh,
posted
take me
it.
shopping next
and
time.
it,
I
it
love
actually
shopping.
and it actually happened because they posted pictures of it.
Yes. It
Oh,
was, it was
Pixar
real.
didn't happen.
If it didn't if that wasn't posted, it wouldn't have.
I'm gonna
counted.
go look at it right now. Maybe I didn't. see
So
it.
so another sign you might have too many damn cats,
What's that?
right?
Yeah.
You always ask for cat toys as gifts on your birthday and Christmas.
Somebody just asked me because I guess Father's Day is coming up this
Yeah,
week. What do you want
yeah.
for Father's Day? And I had nothing. I'm like, get the cat something.
Oh, good God! Did you really?
No.
Oh,
But it wouldn't surprise me if I actually.
I'm
did
answering
say
questions
that.
like Sam now. Did you really do that?
You're welcome.
Because I'm so gullible. I forgot it was Father's Day.
Yeah. Sunday.
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 I have like
Sunday.
8 dads, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna be broke. No, sorry, nobody's getting anything. Sorry.
Just make us a card.
Oh,
get the-
can I
get
get
the-
you a card? I'll get you each a
crayons.
card.
Don't-
Don't get a card.
I'll make
Draw,
a card.
Make a
Make
card.
a card.
Yeah,
for
but I
us.
just draw on crayons. I draw like this,
Yeah.
you know, with the
Yeah.
baby hands.
Mhm.
You guys don't want that, do you? I'm gonna
So-
make one for each, all 3 of you,
So, all right.
special.
Another sign you might have too many cats.
Wow.
You-
This is the top 12?
You've thrown out your slippers because you always have a cat on your foot.
Ah.
Same.
You don't need slippers. So yes, there's always a cat on each foot.
That's well thought
Another
out.
sign you got too many cats. You had to take out a small loan to cover food and vet expenses. Talking about fixing baby's heart, and that's an all too true of a story that those vet bills can.
They add up. They can add up.
I can't find it. Where is it?
What is a good number of times to take your pet to the vet on an annual basis? 1 time, 2 times? What is the naysayer say?
3.5.
3.5 times? Okay.
3.5, 3.5. At least once. Twice would probably be the optimal number.
All right.
That's what I said.
All right. Fair enough. I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you had looked it up and were
No,
going to
no,
share
I
a
was
bit of
curious.
wisdom.
I was just asking a
I
general
don't
question.
know.
You don't know? How many times do you take your Percy cat?
So the number one sign
3.5.
you might. Well, because we see Dr. Brad all the time, so it's social. Hey, look at this thing.
Like, is he good?
So, it's just, he sees vets all the time, just not professionally.
Gotcha.
So,
What's the number 1 sign?
the number one sign that you might have too many cats. Your vacuum cleaner bag only lasts 1 round.
Oh yeah. I mean, sometimes
That's
1 cat can do that.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'd say
well, if you only vacuum once a month, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, how many times do you guys vacuum?
Once, twice.
3.5.
3.5 times.
3.5 times.
3.5.
I don't know, man. I'm not looking forward to this adult thing. Okay, so
Me either.
no,
It is.
I was
you got the trifecta here going on. So yeah.
I was thinking about like getting when I get my my own place and then
Yeah.
the shower gets like clogged like
Right.
with like hair and stuff. I just don't want to clean that out, and I'm just like I'm not looking forward
Then you just
to
move.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Just move.
Just move. But here's the thought.
Hey, that light bulb went out. Ah, shoot, we got to move.
Honey, we gotta move. The shower's clogged again.
I'll say if it's your own place and it's your own hair, you shouldn't be grossed out by that.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. But I feel like all this guck gets in there and like soap stuff like dries.
At least you have soap.
Yeah, I know some people don't have soap, and I should be thankful. And
fair enough.
I don't validate my own feelings because I feel bad that I complain about things that other people don't have.
All right. Ooh.
It got really silent. Let's talk about something else.
I just saw a picture and I'm kind of freaked out.
Wait, let me see. What is it?
You said nothing about bats. Is that what bats?
Yeah.
Did you get bit by a bat? Is that why you're triggered?
No.
Are you triggered?
I am triggered by bats.
You are?
A little bit.
Oh.
I live next to a field.
And
there's a forest, on the other side of the field, and we get bats over our house all the time in the summertime.
We sit in our hot tub,
yeah.
and there's like 2 bats that must live like around our house somewhere. We don't have a bat box up. We want to put one up so we have more bats because they eat like just a bazillion
Mosquitoes,
insects. Yeah.
That's I love them bats for that.
Yeah.
You actually can take a tennis ball and toss it up, and they'll try to catch it, and they'll come down with it.
I just like watching them zip around the
weird.
yard too. They're wonderful. Yeah. But if you saw the story sitting here,
I didn't read it. I just saw the picture.
I was gonna get no one said anything about bats. What's the difference? What's the difference?
Wait, where is that from again?
Thanks for the free parking.
Can somebody answer my question?
It's Jim Carrey. Pet Detective, Ace Ventura.
Oh,
Pet
yeah,
Detective.
I saw that one. See,
Yeah.
I saw both of those.
Right.
A really long time ago. Anyway,
there you go.
I understood that reference halfway.
So U.S. officials beware of wildlife. There's a rabies risk going on in the states right now, and bats pose the greatest threat of transmitting the typically fatal disease to humans.
And this is why I'm afraid of bats.
But other animals can be dangerous too. Federal health officials on Wednesday urged Americans to be attentive to the risk of rabies and avoid contact with wildlife, especially
bats.
Throwing tennis balls up in the air, Matthew, especially bats.
Right?
Despite a dramatic drop in the number of domestic cases of rabies infections over the decades, rabies causes about 59,000 deaths worldwide each year, including on average about 2 annually in the United States.
What's the hedgehog doing there?
Well, we're going to find out.
Oh.
And that makes you happier than the
That
bats.
makes me very
Yeah,
happy.
I hope that hedgehog didn't die of rabies from a bat. That's going to be real sad.
So there's an average of 2 deaths annually in the United States. A new report examining rabies trends in the U.S., researchers from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention and the U.S. Department of Agriculture said 120 people reportedly died from rabies between 1960 and 2018, accounting for about 20% of the 588 human cases in the country over the wider period 1938 to 1918. Rabies typically transmitted via saliva from the bite of an infected animal, though the infection is 99% fatal in humans. There's no successful treatment once symptoms are present.
Wait, so if you get bit and you're like, I'm okay, this is really dark.
So, yeah, the report notes prompt medical treatment following potential exposure to the virus effectively prevents the disease. So if you get bit by a wild critter,
any wild critter,
go get checked out
immediately
before, because once the symptoms show up, you're in trouble. Big time. So out of the 120 rabies deaths and 5 other suspected cases of rabies in humans in the U.S. since 1960, 89 were acquired domestically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 62 or 70% linked back to bats. So 70% of the deaths were linked back to bats.
Why we gotta... Why bats? Why?
Another 36 of the 125 cases were associated with dog bites that occurred while people traveled internationally. So... does your dog bat?
Oh, shoot. I pet a lot of dogs in France. They didn't bite me, though.
That is not my dog.
No, there were dogs just wandering around. Like, we would be like, hello, is this your dog? Because the dog was, like, following our group. We're like, is this your dog? And they're like, no. And we're like,
well, the strays that are out there, you just... Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like here downtown Detroit. There's like a whole colony of cats out behind this building here. Have you seen some of those cats?
I've seen them. I've heard them.
Oh my goodness, they look like we
Yeah.
talked about them last week. They look like the cat out of Pet Sematary. There's
like-
some mangy
like
ones, but there's one that looks exactly like Percy out there.
No way. Did you think it was him? And you were like,
I was like,
What
how
are you
did you
doing out
follow
there?
me down here? No, I swear to God, I took a picture of it. And
oh,
Colleen's
no
like,
way, no way, no way.
why did you take the cat downtown? I'm like,
Why did you get
I didn't. I
Why
just
did you take the cat downtown?
I didn't.
I wanted to show him. Oh my God! Wow, that looks just like Percy.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What the heck?
And he's a little white. The thing,
Did you
his-
think it was him?
Yeah. Nah, he's a little skinny.
He's too skinny. Oh,
But
okay.
in his tail,
Yeah.
Percy
Uh-huh.
has
Percy,
the
ooh.
I don't know. I was just
Oh.
has the rings
Yeah.
on it, and this cat is just he had the brownish on it, but not the rings.
Not the rings.
Oh, okay, but
So-
still, that's crazy. Did you send that to her? And she was
I
like,
showed it to her. Yeah, she was
no
like,
way.
"Why are you taking the cat downtown? That's insane." I'm like that is not my cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So bats, rabies. Watch out if you're traveling. Don't go pet stray dogs in France.
Right?
They were very cute.
Samantha.
Oh, I pet a stray cat too.
So, ugh.
It was wandering around the hotel. Don't know whose cat it was. Saw it like 3 times.
Yeah, so bats are the common rabies carriers across the state. So there you are. So more about bats.
No bats.
Bad bats. So,
They love their mosquitoes, though.
Yeah, I remember somebody.
Don't play with the bats.
Got bit
Build
by
them
a
a
bat.
house. Don't reach into the house once
Yeah.
you bit it. Once you built it. So, all right. So, post rabies exposure is about $3,800 a person.
So why would you pay that money for you're gonna die anyway?
No, I mean that's just exposure. That's not.
Oh, that's not like after symptoms.
No, yeah.
So
That's when
basically,
you still stand a fighting chance.
if you are experiencing symptoms and you go to the doctor and they're like, you have rabies, we can do nothing to save you. Like,
Oh, I'm sure there's. If you don't do it soon enough, you'll be
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
I remember this kid when I was in first
well,
grade.
at least 125 times
125 times.
since 1960. 125
Oh,
people have died from rabies.
Yeah, well, I remember when I was in first grade, there was this thing on the news of this kid that got bit by a bat. I guess he left his bedroom window open. He got bit, and he didn't tell anybody he got bit, and he died. And I was like, ever since then, I've been scared of everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else is really frightening, Samantha?
I think I know what it is. Oh no, this is worse.
Fact or fiction? You decide.
Oh, wow.
This
All right, I have 3
is
headlines
Torture.
ripped from the news. 2 of them are absolutely true. One is false, created by me earlier when I should have been waxing the car.
You wax your car.
Is that what we're calling it now? Sorry.
Samantha here has to decide which of these facts is the fake
Is
fact.
the fake one. And guess what? I'm going to pick a true one because that's how it always goes.
All right.
That's
We
it.
already
So
know.
3 facts.
3 facts.
2 are true.
Okay,
1
I'm
is
gonna put
false.
my
Matthew's going to read them.
Thinking cap
Put your
on.
thinking toque on there.
Cap.
And good luck.
CAP.
All right. The women who are killing it in taxidermy.
That's it?
That's the first headline.
That cannot be true.
The women who are
Killing it in taxidermy.
Second headline for Miss Sam. Bermuda land snail, an animal back from the dead.
So from the Bermuda Triangle, where
Possibly.
Amelia Earhart
Possibly.
died. Or flew over?
Murder of crows, the third one here. Murder of crows responsible for saving Milwaukee woman's life. That's the third
A
headline.
murder of crows. So it's not a murderer of crows. That's what
Murder
I thought
of
it was.
crows.
It's a group of crows.
Yeah. A group of crows is
Not a
called
murderer of crows. So not a crow poacher.
I said
saved
murder
a-
of crows.
murder of crows. So,
Murder of crows.
No.
so a group of crows is called a murder.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking of murderer
Right.
of crows. Like somebody who kills crows and then saved
right.
a woman's life. Anyway,
So let's go through
Let's
this again.
let's review these
Okay.
again.
One more time.
I feel like they're all fake.
Headline number 1. The women who are killing it in taxidermy.
Okay.
Headline number 2. Bermuda land snail, an animal back from the dead. And headline number 3, murder of crows responsible for saving Milwaukee woman's life. What do we got, Miss Sam?
Can I phone a friend or get a hint or like ask the audience?
No,
or, please,
Google
please.
If there's anybody in the chat room on Facebook, if you have a guess.
Oh, hey, Mark.
All right, there
of
is
which
3.
one?
It says there's 3 people in here. Somebody, please
Okay.
tell me
So
which one
out of
is
those
fake.
3 is Sam. If you want to help Samantha out, which one of those is false?
I will give you like 2.
The women who are
a
killing
minute.
it in taxidermy. The Bermuda land snail
Back
from the dead.
from the dead.
And then murder of crows responsible for saving Milwaukee
those are all
woman's
really,
life.
in my world, those are believable.
I feel like those are believable. I feel like the first one says the women who are killing it in taxidermy. What are they doing? I know they're killing it in taxidermy, but like, who are they? Where are they from? I feel like it needs to be longer.
Well,
That's
I
that's a
feel
good
like-
headline because
It's
it
a
makes you
headline.
want to read more.
Her head just
Well-
exploded a little bit.
I mean,
So,
you're a journalism teacher, so
writing good headlines is kind of my gig.
Yeah.
Anybody chime in the
Please.
chat room? You're on your own there,
No,
Samantha.
you're on your own there, kid.
No, somebody please tell me which one.
No.
Just give me a random one because I can't.
No, you got to decide. 1,
Okay.
2, or 3.
Let's go, kiddo.
What
what's
do you
your-
think?
She just ASMR'd a swear word.
She
Yeah.
did. What do I think?
Yeah.
I think they're all true.
Ah.
Is this a trick one?
No, I
Is one
I
of them
wrote-
actually
Just-
false?
I think
Okay.
they're all
made one
true.
up. I made one up.
How crazy? Let me just be you for a second,
Let
okay?
me-
I'm sitting at school and
Looking
I'm
at all
supposed to be
these
doing
Post-it
schoolwork.
notes that say Sam's my favorite. Sam's
Oh,
my
you
favorite.
still have all those.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting at my desk. I'm supposed to be doing work, or maybe not, because it's like the second to last day of school. And I'm gonna write these things. I'm gonna choose. Okay, nobody chimed in. Okay, it looks
she's
like I'm on my
stalling,
own.
she's stalling.
Okay, I'm gonna choose.
What's behind door number?
I'm gonna choose the first one.
Oh, the women who are killing it in taxidermy.
Houston, we have a problem.
Fuck me.
Oh, yeah. It was.
Was it
Matt,
the taxidermy? Oh wait,
Matt-
no. Was it the crow one?
That's Matt.
gonna-
What do you think?
I'm going to go the Bermuda land snail.
Oh, that's. Wait, Bermuda Triangle isn't even an island, is
Houston,
it?
we have a problem.
Yeah, I was wrong, too.
It's the crow.
The
one.
murder of crows. Yes,
did you come
saved
up
a
with
woman's
that?
life. I don't know. I just
Have you ever seen
because the other two had to do with like killing and back from the dead. So I wanted to do something about. I wanted
About
to
death.
murder.
Death.
So
he was channeling his inner Alfred Hitchcock.
I usually try to
The
I usually
birds.
try to find two that have some sort of thematic kind of link to it, and then I write one to match that little theme.
Right.
So,
Well,
Sorry.
obviously, I don't know you as much as I thought I did.
sorry, Samantha.
You even said it was a good headline,
It is.
but
So,
usually they're
Look
longer.
at this woman, and there's just a whole bunch of women who are like, you don't expect when you say, oh, the taxidermist, right? You expect this little old guy, maybe a creepy fat dude or something,
with a mustache.
going, in like overalls with one of the overall straps
And he works
down.
with little mouses and puts them in overall. Yeah.
Somebody playing the banjo on the porch.
Oh, like the guy from Human Centipede 2. Have you guys seen that movie?
No.
Oh, I need to show you a picture of him.
No.
Two. I didn't see one. There's a two.
Yeah, there's a third.
So women are killing it in taxidermy. Here's the story. If you're asked to conjure up an image of a taxidermist, you could be forgiven for visualizing a mustached man in Victoria hunting attire.
Oh, no way.
More than a century after the practice reached its peak of popularity, a new wave of female taxidermists aims to change people's perception of the profession. I always have crows in my freezer, and there's a very lovely young lady with a squirrel in a champagne glass.
My goodness.
Taxidermy squirrel. It
It's
started with a
art.
school trip to a museum. The dinosaur bones were boring, and so were the fossils. But when it came to the dead animals, 6-year-old Hannah Debman was hooked. It freaked out a lot of other kids, but I was just staring at it. The lion, the tiger, the articulated horse skeletons. It was just utterly amazing to me. Now at 28, she's one of the growing number of young women who have made taxidermy their trade. I spot dead animals when I'm driving, and I take them home. Instead of buying me flowers, my husband brings me dead things. I can't stand the thought of seeing these animals go to waste, rotting on the side of the road, she says. having fun with roadkill. Ms. Debman, who lives in Suffolk, often posts to Facebook asking people to alert her of roadkills. I always have crows in my freezer. We currently have a polecat and a puppy that died from a tragic accident. She often gets emotional, has to walk away from her work to compose herself. It's laborious work. A peacock takes up to 2 weeks to preserve, and she finds it tough because she has health issues herself. This peacock's got to fly, man. So there you go. So women are starting to be leaders in the taxidermy field. What was the other true story there?
Apparently, the Bermuda land snail is coming back from the dead.
Don't call it a comeback.
We've been hit. Thousands of critically endangered snails have been released into the wild after being rescued from the edge of extinction with a little help from a British zoo.
Is it Amelia Earhart in her afterlife?
No.
Okay.
It's a nice try, though.
Galapagos. All right, sorry.
The Greater Bermuda.
Oh, that's
land
Bermuda.
snail.
This is the Galapagos.
Oh, there you go. Okay. The Greater Bermuda land snail was thought to have disappeared for many years until an empty shell turned up in the territory's capital city of Hamilton. Live snails were then found among a litter in a nearby alley.
In the shell where it happened.
Yeah. So some were flown to Chester Zoo for a unique breeding program. More than 4,000 snails raised at the zoo have now been taken back to the island and released. So they're repopulating the snail population, right?
All right.
So many more captive snails will soon be returned to their homeland to help give the species a new lease of life. Mark Outerbridge, a wildlife ecologist for the Bermuda government, said the snail was a Lazarus species, which was considered extinct not so long ago. Then in 2014, a man walked into his office in the capital of Hamilton holding a fresh snail shell. It turned out that, yes, this was in fact a Greater Bermuda land snail, a species that we thought to have gone extinct 40 years earlier, he said. So they're coming back.
Don't call it a comeback.
Thank you,
Did we already make that joke?
30 seconds ago?
Oh, shit, we did? Dang it. I was looking up the pictures.
Don't call it a comeback.
I was looking
and then
up-
I rang the bell.
I was looking up pictures of the guy from the Human Centipede.
But these snails, you never guess where they were found.
Where?
They were found behind a restaurant. So a small but thriving population of land snails was discovered behind a restaurant.
Dang.
The gastropods were living among litter, specifically inside thrown-away plastic bottles in a dark, dank, wet alley surrounded by 4-story buildings.
Dank.
So these snails were found at a restaurant. Huh, go fig. Anyways, what do you got there, Jamie?
All right. So vampire birds of the Galapagos have fascinating
Vampire birds.
inner lives. Yes, they're vampire birds.
So if you
They're
get bit by
actually
one.
in the Galapagos Islands. Galapagos. Galapagos. Now it's in my head. Sorry. All right.
We
So the
needed
Galapagos
his song.
Islands, for a year and a half, little brown birds on the northmost island of the Galapagos use its wickedly sharp beak to pick at seeds and nectar and insects. But when the climate dries out and the food dries up, they drink blood.
No way. Like human
Yes.
blood?
There is such thing as a vampire finch. Yes,
Wow.
it is exactly what it sounds like. The Galapagos finches have been used since Darwin's time to illustrate evolution in action. Even among them, a really tough to pronounce name is an outlier of one of the birds in the world to intentionally draw and drink blood. It's a species found only on Wolf and Darwin Islands, two of the most remote off-limit places in the island chain. So vampire finch method: first, one bird hops on the back of a resting booby.
How do you spell that?
B-O-B-B-Y.
Bobby?
It's a
No,
booby.
it's
No,
a booby.
it's a booby.
There's at least 2 of them.
It pecks at the base of the seabird's wings and then drinks the blood, and it stains the booby's white feathers. Other finches crowd around to wait their turn to watch or learn. Adult boobies can fly away, and the attacks are almost never fatal.
I feel like we should not call them that.
Boobies?
Yeah. Adult boobies.
We're talking about animals, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if somebody just tunes in, they're going to be like, oh,
Boobies.
whoa.
Hooray for you.
We're talking about birds,
baby.
everybody.
Yes, talking about birds. The only casualties are the chicks that flee from the finches on foot and are unable to find their way back to their group. So vampire finches have evolved and have a special bacteria in their guts to aid digestion. So
Wow.
yeah,
So
very
they
interesting
evolved
little
themselves. Wow.
crazy little vampire finches.
We
That
could
was
be
all I had
vampires.
that's all I had for today, really.
Oh, okay. Well, we could be
Pretty
vampires
much.
if
Pretty
we
much.
tried. Would it be? Would we be?
We could be heroes
Yeah, that's
just
a
for
song.
one day.
That's a song.
Is it?
Yeah. Wait. No, I was gonna say like, if we drank human blood, would that make us vampires or cannibals?
Oh.
Yes.
Great question, Samantha.
Yeah. Like, is it only cannibalism if you eat like meat
That's flesh. Not
or
Yeah.
flesh? Sorry,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
eat
yeah.
it.
So drinking the blood is more vampiric.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Is it?
Well, that is not the right thing, man.
This is just a rehearsal.
That is
Here we go.
You guys don't.
It's time for the bad animal joke of the week.
all right. It is time for the bad animal
we have
joke.
a human centipede joke.
These aren't really good. I have cat ones. I looked up some cat ones because we were doing cat stuff
Oh yeah.
and
Vampires.
the
We got
12.
vampires.
But do it now. But where's my cat? Where's my cat jokes? If you want to call them that. Here we go. All right. So, hey Samantha,
Hey, what?
when does a cat? What does a cat have that no other animals have?
Wait. What was the question?
What
again?
does a cat have?
What
that
does a cat have?
No other animals have.
Uh,
Kittens.
Oh, hey! I was like thinking. I'm like feet.
All right. So
Oh.
what did the grandma cat say to her grandson when she saw him slouching? So what did the grandma cat say to her grandson when she saw him slouching?
Bye, son.
Bye.
Jeez.
You need to pay more attention to your posture.
Oh, ha ha!
So
Ah,
These are really
they are
bad.
bad. They are
So
bad.
speaking of being old as
okay.
we are,
Yeah.
hey Sam,
Hey, what?
why are vampire bats like false teeth?
Ugh.
Because
Because they come out at night.
because you take your false
Or
teeth
like the
out at night.
freaks.
Do you guys have false teeth?
No.
I find that hard to believe.
Uh,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
you wanna hear a bad cat joke?
Yes.
Just kitten. That's it.
Wait, so you do
That's
have false teeth? Because you said you were
Just kitten.
Oh my god.
That was.
Oh.
Hey Sam,
Hey, what?
how can people find us?
Oh yeah. So we got our website where you can find everything. AnimalTalkRadio.com. That is our website. And then we got our social medias: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Animal Talk Radio, and then we also got the YouTube, which is I forgot it's something different. It's not Animal Talk Radio.
Animal Talk TV.
Animal Talk TV. That's the YouTube. Sorry, had a brain fart, but yeah, had a brain fart.
So go to the wherever fine podcasts are sold.
Oh yes.
Like, subscribe, leave a comment. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us. And do that. Send us a message. Send us your
Send us stuff. Send
Ask
us
a
a
question.
picture of your pet.
Yes.
So we can put it in the pet parade.
Yes.
And then all the people that do that will be entered into a contest
Yes.
to win an Animal Talk t-shirt in the size of our choosing.
There you are. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Matt, thanks.
Hey, my pleasure. I love hanging out with you guys.
I love this. Samantha?
You're welcome.
You have an exotic week.
Oh, okay, cool. And kiss your wild thing for me.